here and here. This time we have one in the Columbus module at this time, just because Alex is working on a special project there. And then if you go back, you'll see now it's coming into view the 4 crew quarters around here. So we have 4 of us. This one's mine over here. We have Oleg, and we have Tonto, and we have Alex. And it's kind of interesting because once you get into one, you really can't tell which one's which orientation you are. So if I happen to go into Tonto's to look at a picture or something he's got on his screen, I'll come out and I'll be kind of confused because I don't know which way I'm going. And especially if you go into Alex's or Oleg's to do that, you come out and you're really confused because it feels like you're in your own, but when you come out, it's totally different orientation. But if you're looking here, these aren't too big at all. You can take a quick look in here. I'll jump in here real quick. So we have a sleeping bag attached to the wall. The way I like to do it is I just have it attached here one point and one point up here, so I can put my feet right up here when I'm sleeping, and I kind of do it in a sense of this position, like this, and I'm kind of curled up a little bit in the semi on my side sleeping position, which I like to do back on Earth, and it kind of works out pretty well. It gives me that same feeling, almost, but it works well for me. And then when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is your laptops. I got one that connects to the internet, which works like 50% of the time. And then I got another one that does our LAN up here, which gives us our schedule, all the other information, our email, everything we need to do to work up here. That's what that one is. And we also have an iPad, as you can see, and that's also up there. And that's, again, for all sorts of work or for watching movies or something like that on. That's what it's good for. Again, though, it's actually not a bad setup. I know it's small, but really, it works out well. We don't really need much more room up here. So let's now move on to the lab. If again you look on here, so what we're doing right now is we're heading towards the back, towards the aft. We were in the very front, in the middle, and now we're going down this long path on the back. And the first one we come to is a lab. And you see on the back, on top of the lab, I should say, at the very aft part, is this big structure over here. It's called this truss. Sorry. And on the truss, we have the solar arrays. And so we can, of course, that's all on the outside, and we only get out there doing a spacewalk. But so that's kind of how this is set up, though, so you can see where we are. So here's the lab here. We're going to head into the lab. This is the U.S. lab. And again, this is pretty much just science racks and storage is what we have. And of course, in avionics, we have a lot of the computers that run the system, or run the lab, or sorry, run the station, are in here. And besides that, then we have all sorts of experiments. And also right here, the first thing we start off here with is we call this Melfi, which is actually a big freezer, a -80-degree freezer. And there's 4 different sections of it, and they can control each different section here with a different temperature if they want to. And that's what we put, when we say with blood and stuff like that, we're going to put it in there to store it until it goes home. So that's how all the science is stored once we do it. Here's a glove box, so we can use to do experiments on here if we need to use a glove box. So people on this increment have been doing bass, which was I think kind of interesting. We all liked it as males because it was burning stuff, and you could burn things in here in the glove box, and that also was actually kind of nice. And and then later on, after the next SpaceX gets here, they're actually going to do all the work on the mice in that area, which is I think going to be very interesting, difficult but interesting at the same time. You go to the other side over here, in this little hidden area, is what I've been working on lately. That's a Robonaut. You can hardly see him in here. So he's been my latest project. We've been upgrading the all the electronics in there, the computers, etc. And then next week I actually get to put legs on him. I think it's going to be actually kind of creepy looking when he gets legs. But hopefully it'll help him walk around the station, move around the station. And as you look around the other spots, then we have on the top, we call them express racks. And express racks just means really it has power and data for any kind of experiments that want to go up there. So if anything on the ground, somebody comes up with an idea for science, and all they need is data connection and power, they can design it to fit in here, and we can easily put it on there, hook it up, and then they can control it from the ground and do all the science without much interaction from us, which actually works out pretty well because we'll set it all up and they can run a lot more science that way. As we move this way, of course, we got the bike here we set up for exercise, which you have to do about a couple hours a day, either the bike, the treadmill, or on the ARED, which is our lifting device. We got that. We got storage behind it.